What's up, garden nerds? Today we're gonna nerd out over sugarcane. Sugarcane is something that's fun and easy to grow. I'm gonna show you how to grow it and tell you all about it. Come on, let's go. All right guys, so here we are standing in front of some of my sugarcane. You can see here, this is a pretty big piece. I don't know how tall that is, maybe 10 feet tall, but I have quite a bit back here. Once it gets big, it starts kind of hanging over. This one is actually, it's ready to cut, ready to pick. And I'm gonna do that so that I can show you, because what I'm gonna show you how to do is to take existing sugarcane and plant it to grow new sugarcane. And that's a cool thing about sugarcane. Once you have one clump or bunch growing, you have unlimited sugarcane. You can cut it up and you can plant it anywhere and it's gonna grow fast and it's gonna grow easily. So I'm gonna turn off the camera, I'm gonna cut this out, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna show you how you can use this to plant your own sugarcane. All right guys, so here I am with this big piece of sugarcane that I just cut down. And by the way, I didn't show you cutting it down, but basically I just get as close to the ground as I can and then I just saw it off. Sometimes it even snaps right off. So let me show you what we're gonna do. You can see here that there's these joints every 8 inches or so. And out of those joints come these, what's called nodes. You can see there's one right here, one right here, one right here. That's where the new sugarcane is gonna grow from. So what I do is I cut it up into pieces and I leave at least 2, sometimes 3 joints or nodes. So what I would do here is I would come down here and I cut it. I move that. Again, there's a node, and here's a node growing. Now there's lots of different ways that you can plant this and begin to propagate it to grow. There's 3 different ways. I'm gonna tell you my favorite way, I'll save that till last. The first way is you can simply get a cup of water and you can just place this vertically in the water. Put it in a sunny spot, the windowsill, outside, wherever, and eventually what'll happen is roots will start to grow from this joint, and then from this node, a new sugarcane will start to grow. Once you have enough roots down here, sugarcane's growing here, you can simply go and plop it in the ground. Easy enough. Another way that people do is they would just get some potting soil, put it in a pot, and just put it right in the pot vertically like that. Same thing would happen, it would just be in the soil. Roots would grow, sugarcane would grow. What I like to do, and the easiest way in my opinion, is simply to, if you come over here, dig yourself, obviously I'm not gonna do it here, it's right next to the moringa tree, but you would simply dig yourself a little trench, a little hole, and you would plant it down in here just like this. You would completely cover it. And if you can, keep the node facing up because that's the way the sugarcane's gonna grow. If not, it'll figure out a way. But you would simply cover it up and plant it that way. So then, what are you gonna do? If it's during a hot time of year, if it's in the summer, you're gonna wanna water this daily. You're gonna wanna keep it moist. You're not gonna wanna flood it completely, but you are gonna want to keep it moist so that it can begin to establish roots. Right now it doesn't have deep roots, so it can't go down and find water to keep itself with moisture and to keep it adequately watered. So you need to make sure that you're watering it daily. Again, it doesn't have to be a lot, but you need to spray it down. Once it's established and once you see the new sugarcane growing, then at that point, like I talk about in all my videos, you can move it to longer, more infrequent waterings, like watering it once a week, a deep watering. How long does it take before you see the new sugarcane coming up? Probably 2 to 3 weeks, you'll see it start to sprout. And at that point, you're good. So what you can do, I'll pull this back out. So what you can do is you can take one piece of sugarcane, you can cut it up into all these individual sections, and from there you can go plant it all throughout your yard. All right, so let's talk about caring for your sugarcane once it's established. Remember, initially, you want to water it every day. Once it's established, once a week is fine. And honestly, with my established sugarcane, I don't water it at all. Obviously, it gets some supplemental water from the existing trees, but other than that, it doesn't get any water and it grows just fine. So, what a lot of people get scared about is they see these leaves hanging down. It looks kind of ugly. If you want to make it look kind of cool, you can pick these off, even while it's in the ground. Pick off these leaves. And then instead of these ugly leaves that are falling over and brown and don't look very good, you have this cool looking green that looks really cool. So once you have a huge bunch all together, you can pull off all the leaves and have this awesome looking sugarcane. It looks really cool. So don't be afraid to peel off the leaves and get this cool look. So a question that I get, and I get this question for every single thing that you could plant in your yard, are the roots invasive? No, the roots are not invasive. You can plant it next to your pool, next to your house, next to the brick wall. You can plant it anywhere and you don't have to worry about the roots being invasive. How sugarcane grows is it actually grows almost like bamboo. Clumping bamboo is it likes to grow in a clump and it slowly grows out more and more and more. And so what you can do is if it's growing in a direction you don't like, you simply cut it out like this and then take it and go and plant it somewhere else. So it's not invasive and you can plant it anywhere and you can easily propagate it. It's a really fun thing to grow. I like to grow sugarcane in places where I want like a windbreaker. It's really nice. If you want some supplemental shade, fast shade, it's nice to grow. Initially, when my yard was nothing and there was no shade, I grew this next to my sensitive trees and it grew really fast and it helped with like I said, a windbreaker, and it also helped protect those more sensitive trees. Now at this point, I don't propagate this, it just continues to grow. I don't water it, it continues to grow, and it's just something that looks kind of cool in my yard. So what do you actually do with sugarcane? Well, besides being useful to shade and to windbreak, you can actually do a few things with it. First thing that a lot of people like to do in the Caribbean is you can just take this and you can just chew on it. It tastes like sugar. That's why it's called sugarcane. So you can just break it off and you can chew on it when you're out in the yard and get that cool sugar taste. Another thing that people do, and I have not done, primarily because I'm cheap and I don't want to buy it, but you can buy a juicer or a press. Essentially, it's a machine where you run this through, you twist it, and it juices, it extracts all the sugarcane juice. And then you can use that for all sorts of things. So it's up to you how you want to use it. If you want to chew on it, if you want to get the juice out of it, or if you just want to grow it in your yard for to make it look cool, whatever you want to do, there's a number of different uses for sugarcane. And some of you may be thinking, well, that's cool that you have sugarcane in your backyard that you can just cut out and start growing and propagating and put in other places, but I don't have that. What do I do? Well, at a lot of supermarkets, simply go to the supermarket. It doesn't matter if it's been sitting on the shelves for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You can do the same thing that I've showed you here. You can go and get it, find at least 2 nodes or 2 joints, and plant it just like I told you. And within 6 months, you'll have your very own sugarcane. And then from there, once you've done it once, you never have to go and buy it again. You can simply propagate it and make as much sugarcane plants as you want. One thing that is cool about sugarcane is you can find different varieties. So this is I honestly don't even know what variety this is, but it's just a very standard looking green sugarcane. You can get different colors of sugarcane, purple sugarcane, things to that nature, all different kinds of colors and shades. So don't limit yourself to this boring sugarcane like I have. Go out and find, you can probably find it online, maybe at the supermarket. You can find cool looking bamboo. So diversify in your yard and find lots of other cool looking bamboo. Don't limit yourself. All right guys, that's it. This is a very short video because sugarcane is very simple to grow. If you're in Arizona and you don't want to go to the supermarket and you want to use some of my sugarcane, stop by, comment down below, ask if you can come by. I will cut out some sugarcane for you and you can be growing sugarcane in no time in your yard, and you can have a tropical paradise in your backyard. Just like the Caribbean, this stuff grows like crazy in the Caribbean. You can do the same in your own yard and have awesome sugarcane. Thanks for watching guys. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, Comment below if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video.